things in life. I would like to know about your ideas about this topic. Whether being ignorance in life sometimes make you have more peace or not. All right. So before I start with everybody here, I would like to share my story, but it's not exactly my story, but it's my friend's story. When she with her Gmate had a problem because her Gmate spread the rumor about her divorce with her husband. But actually, it's not true because their domestic life is full of peace. It's peaceful. But all of a sudden, she got offended and she got sick now because of what her friends told about her to everybody in the gym. And then after all, she never um, come up to the gym anymore until yesterday. So when I asked about what happened, she told all the story about that one. She said that one of us spread the rumor that they had a divorce. I mean, like she and her husband had a divorce, but actually it's not true. And then she got offended and blah blah blah. Ever since I learned about, I think sometimes the words that people say about us, it gives us anxiety, and the rumor that they talk about us, it's something that not cannot be accepted, and we don't get any peace after all. So what should we do to make our life get more peace? Is it being ignorance is okay or not? Okay, so without further ado, let's start with the first person that is going to share his or her story. We're gonna we're gonna move on to I think Efiana, that girl right over there. It'll be a long time no see. How are
Hello,
you?
Audrey. Wait, I'm not a girl anymore.
Oh yeah, you are
Okay.
a mature girl.
But it's okay, but it's okay. It's okay. That's not a big deal. Last last time I met you was in December
It's like 6 months
2021.
ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
September?
no, no, no. Wait, wait,
It's
wait.
been a
It's
year?
it's a year. It's a year. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
It's a
Like in
year. Yeah.
ages.
Wow, we're getting old.
They're getting. This is a number. It's not a big deal. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Age is a number, right? Until now, many people think that I am still in college. I mean, still in 21, 22, 23, alright. But actually more than that. So you look younger than your real age. You don't age. You freeze the time for yourself. Okay. Yeah, that's the topic. So being ignorant to get more peace in life. Why I always want to laugh every time I saw you. Really? Do I look like a clown or something? No, 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 no. Okay, hello. Hello, I'm here. My name is Effie. Effie, would you like to? Yeah, okay. I guess. My name is Effie. I'm from Indonesia. I live in Surabaya. And I'm 20 plus years old. Okay, 20 plus years old. So you keep it for yourself. Thank you, Nana, for inviting me. And pleasure to meet Tri, Marwa, and others. And about the topic, why I'm the first one? Okay, about the topic, being ignorant to get used in life. I agree about this, but it depends on the case.
experience, I also have the experience about this topic. So I work in a big, how to say in English, yayasan, Thomas.
Just like the organization, it's fine. Or it could be like a profit organization. Company is okay.
Yeah.
The company, yeah, profitable company.
So I work in a company for the first time. I think that the company is okay, but couple years later, I knew that the company, the owner, actually took many advantage of people who pay to the company. That's really make me so upset at the time.
Okay.
That about 2 years earlier. 2 years early, I think I want to ignore about all the bad thing I thought before, whether it's right or wrong. I try to
Okay.
ignore them, and I do what I should do. I will work hard about the job they give to me. That's all. Just what I should do. That's all. And I didn't think again about the problem I always upset about. So it gives me more peace in my life.
Oh,
Whether
okay.
they do what I think or not, that's their problem with the God.
Okay, all right. So from that,
and wait, and about 3 years, um, I was so upset about that, and I tried to find a way to make myself calm about the problem. So yes, I found
okay,
the peace,
that's
but I still work in
okay. Okay, all right. Okay, I see. So um, by being ignorant, does it mean that you being forgiveful to people, like you forgive people about what they've done to you? Is it equal, or are those two different things? What do you think?
I'm still trying to forgive them.
Okay, so it doesn't mean that being ignorant doesn't mean that being ignorant that you forgive them, but you just don't want to give
That's
some.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, all right. This is like just let it go, just let it go. But it doesn't mean that you forgive them, right?
yes,
So that's why now you have some more peace in life.
that's it. And about this a year lately, I feel that my life is really in a peace level. Or I'm so happy with my life this year, and so I do not want to waste my time, my happiness, to think many negative things out there. So whether they're still doing that or not, that's not my life. My life is just work and being happy and be happy with my students. That's all I need.
Yeah, I think one of the essential points of being ignorant in life is that you don't really need to be, you know, you don't really need to get offended by people that talk about you. You don't need to really mind about it. But it's just like when people have something to say about it, just it's okay. We cannot do anything because it comes from their mouth, not from our mouth. So we cannot control it. So I think that's a good thing of being ignorant, according to what you said earlier. Thank you, Effie. All right.
Okay.
Anything else? It's okay. It's fine.
But actually, there is more problem that I I accept from other people that they say many things about me since first day since a year after my marriage is till now I
Mm-hmm.
do not have any baby yet.
Mm-hmm.
Already
Mm-hmm.
married for 6 years, and next year will be my
Mm-hmm.
7 years. My husband, you know Indonesia, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Indonesia, right?
They will
Why
keep
you don't want to
questioning
have
about.
more? Yeah, they keep
Mm-hmm.
questioning. They keep questioning, and maybe a year or 2 years of my marriage, I still upset about it. But now, whatever you want, as you wish, whatever you say. I'm okay with myself.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
happy with my husband. I'm happy with my
Exactly.
family. And so I'm so
Exactly. So
and so
that's
I'm
the
single.
real ignorance, I guess. That's a
Yeah.
real ignorance. Just to get more peace in life. Okay. All right. That's good, Effie. I'll be back to you. All right. Thank you, Effie. And then let's move on to men. I guess we're gonna move on to how about Chameleon? Hi, dude. Chameleon, are you there?
Hello?
Okay, alright, Chameleon. So we're talking about being ignorant to get more peace in life. How about this statement? Do you agree with this statement or not?
Hello everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you all. And so I want more peace in life. So, life has a lot of problems, some kind of strange. So in my life, first of all, I want to say when I finished my school, this time I wanted to university. This time, my teachers ignored me because this university to university to enter is very difficult. I had to um, take a high score. This time it is very difficult, and I felt very bad. Because maybe at that time my teachers and my friends accept and give me some motivation. This time maybe I felt very how can I say? Maybe that time I take a very power and some kind of I had maybe I was happy, but this time I couldn't ignore, and I felt very upset, this that time. Then I gave up that time. And then that year, I was I couldn't enter this university. I lost 1 year, but my parents and my grandparents give me big power, big motivation. Then I take them respect, their respect. Then next year I entered this university. Yeah. I want to say everyone when someone say you can do it, or you're loser, some kind of bad word. That time you have to ignore them. You never hear them because they can do it. That's why they want to like them. That time you have to you never hear them, and your focus is your professions and your determination. I mean, when you have big how can I say, dream or some kind of plan, you have to do it. You just do it. It's easy. Yeah.
One thing that I can learn from you is just like no matter what people said about you, whether it's good or bad, all the things that you have to do is focus on yourself. So being ignorant because you don't want to get distracted, you just need to focus on yourself. For yourself. Alright, I see. That's a good one. That's a good one. Chameleon. I have to say that your English is getting better and I like it. You did a great job. I think you work hard on your English, so that's why now it's getting better and it's your intention of your speaking is really clear and I can catch every point that you said. That's good, Chameleon. Good job. Anything else, Chameleon?
Thank you.
How do I pronounce your name, by the way? Is it Chameleon?
No. Ronald John.
Camille Jen.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I asked you this question many times, yeah, and I keep forgetting about it a lot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Camille Jen. Okay, Camille Jen. Yeah, but because you know what? Like in Indonesia, sometimes we have a nickname really short. Like let's say that Esiana, or her nickname is Effie, for example, or Anna, or Titi, right? So it's just like really short name.
You can call me Coleman. Only Coleman. This is
Comment. Is it comment?
Coleman. Yeah, of course.
Okay, I think that's easier. Thank you, comment. Okay. Alright, anything else? Is that all? Okay, alright. So let's move on to a girl now. Like the previous one is a mature girl, which is Adriana. But now this is a real girl. Like a younger girl, it's gonna be Marwa. Moroccan girl. Also happy to see you, Marwa, tonight.
Yes, I'm happy to see you too. It's been a long time we didn't
I often see your story actually. Like you had some fun with your friends, which is good. But I hardly ever talked to you like on conference, but just like this. It's been months, I guess, since the last time we had a feature conference with Nana. Yeah. So how are you, Marwa?
I'm fine, thank you. Should I introduce myself? Does everyone know me?
I think so.
I know you.
Are you sure with that one? And how about Ayun and Roland? Do they know you too?
No, I met Camille John, but I didn't meet Ayun and Rowan. I don't think so.
Ah, yeah.
I met you before, Marwa. Don't you remember?
Really?
Yeah.
From the last meeting?
It's been 4 months maybe. It's been a long time.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yes,
That's
yes.
okay, that's okay. You remember?
Yes, I remember.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
I'm
after
glad to hear that.
Okay, let me introduce you to everybody here then, especially to Ayun. For you guys, this is the first time for you guys to see. So that's Marwa. Marwa is a Moroccan girl. She's from Morocco, and she's 16. Am I right? 16 or 17? Yeah, 16. Yeah. You know what? At the beginning, I thought Marwa was Indonesian because in Indonesia there are so many girls look like you, which is like half Indonesian, half Arabian girl. It's like this looks like Marwa. This one, beautiful girl. It turns out that Marwa is from Morocco. She's like, oh, okay, so she's not Indonesian. Okay, but it's just like short story. Okay, Marwa, please. So, what do you think about that statement that being ignorant to get more peace in life. What do you think about that one?
Um, about that, I think it depends on the on the situation. Like sometimes when someone says something bad to you, and it just you get so nervous about it, and or sometimes you get so angry, you just to relax and calm, you just ignore it and let it go. But sometimes when you ignore that thing, like sometimes there is a big problem, and you ignore it, it just becomes bigger and bigger. So it depends on the decision. I mean, on the moment or the situation you're in. You should like stick with yourself and talk to yourself and just see if it really needs to be ignored or no. Sometimes you should ignore something. Yeah.
Okay, alright. So, in some occasions or in some conditions, it's okay to be ignorant. But in some other occasions, you need to stand up for yourself. Because it's getting worse. Because you cannot be quiet, you cannot be silent. If it's getting worse, so you need to do something. So it's not all the time that being ignorant is good. But sometimes you need to do some more action to do something for yourself, right? Is that your point?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's good. Okay. And how about the personal experience that you've ever done? I mean, like, that you ever experienced, like Effie and Common have shared their own story. How about you? Did you have any story that you thought people because you think that it's unnecessary to talk about it, so I just need to let it go? Have you ever experienced that kind of thing in your life?
Yeah. I'm not gonna say like many times, but every time when you face like a problem, well, like personally, I just sit down and start thinking about that, like to make the right decision. And like sometimes you really like one day happened to me that I thought a girl like she betrayed me. I thought that she did. Like, and I was so angry that I just want to go and tell her something bad. But I was like sitting with myself, and I tried to just ignore it. But with time, I knew that she did. So I said like, Alhamdulillah, I made the right decision, and I ignored it before I go to her and tell her something bad, and she didn't do something. So like, but in other cases, it happens, and you should really talk to that person because he did something really bad. And they just when you don't talk with someone, they think that you really like you are terrified from him, but you just want to be peace. You just want peace. But they think that you are like a very a very terrifying person, or I don't know.
Alright, do you think being ignorant means you give them or give people that did something bad to you silent treatment? Is it the same thing? What do you think, Marwa? Like, ignorant means silent treatment. Is it true or not? What do you think about that one? It's not. What's the difference?
Hey, I'm that kind of person, like, I don't really get into trouble easily. Like, I hate being in trouble. So I always, when I find myself in a very bad moment, like you said, I just keep like silent. I don't
Okay. Okay, alright, interesting. But this is good. Like the time, sometimes being ignorant doesn't mean that you don't do anything for yourself. But sometimes we just need time to think what the right decision for us. That's a good one, Marwa. That's the point that I got about you. Whether it's true or not, what they talk about you or what they did about you. But sometimes we just need to have more time to think about it. So that's why we look ignorant, but actually we are thinking about something, right? That's a good one,
Yeah,
Marwa.
yeah.
Anything else?
No. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you, Marwa. Thank you, Marwa. Let's move on to a guy now. It's Roland. Hi, Roland. This is our first time you have to see on the conference. Would you like to tell me a little bit about yourself? Or tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi Thomas. My name is Roland. I'm from Indonesia, in Depok City.
All right. That's an amazing city. Yeah.
Yeah,
25 years old. Okay.
it's a unique city. Really.
Yeah.
You know, like,
It's a hot city.
yeah. Okay. There's so many happen in Depok.
Yeah. Depok City.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, Roland. It's nice to see Roland here. I hope that you enjoy our time having the conversation with everybody here. So, regarding our topic about being ignorant to get some more peace in life, what do you think about that statement?
I think it depends on the situation, but in my case, I strongly agree with that because I have done that again because for example, when I upload Instagram story, I should think twice. Is it too much or is it too bad or something like that? I will think what people say about me, but it maybe they won't talk about my story, but I think but I think I feel people will talk about me what I post in my social media, but so I think being ignorant is important, at least for me. Yeah.
Your story reminds me to one of my friends. Yeah, your story reminds me to one of my friends when she frequently makes a status or Insta story on Instagram about her achievement, and then one day she said that. Yeah, one day she said this one. I want to get A for this subject uh, uh, because B it's not good for me. You know, it's. She said like the meaning is just like that one. The meaning is just like I don't want to get B for this subject. I want to get A. She said like that one. And one of her friends texted her like, hey, what are you talking about? Do you mean like B is a bad score? She said, and it's like, no, I didn't say that. So it's just like something that small things comes into a big things because of the statement or the story that she made on Instagram, it becomes a big deal. And then she told me about the story about this one to me, and I feel like if you think that you don't want to, you didn't mean to hurt anybody, you just need to ignore it because you didn't say that. You didn't. You didn't say that B is not doesn't mean B is good. You just need to say I don't want to get B. If I can get A, why I should get B? It's just like that's her statement on social media. She didn't say that B is bad. But it turns out that, but did I hurt somebody? Because she had no intention to hurt anybody at that time. And I was like, no, if you think that you didn't want to hurt anybody, you didn't mean to hurt anybody, just ignore it. You don't need to think about people's feeling when you know your own value. You know what I'm saying, right? So like something that what exactly happened to you at that time. So when you said that you decided to ignore people after all, or what?
I still have a hard time to being ignorant like that. I don't really post anything on my Instagram. I will think twice because I still have a thought about what people say about me. I still trying hard to being ignorant, but it's so hard. Sometimes I want to upload my achievement, and I think I will think people will get hurt because they will think that I'm show off something like that. So yeah, it's, I think it's still hard for me for being ignorant.
Okay. All right. So I think it's kind of noisy here in my area. Okay. Thank you, Roland. So it means that you are a consideration person. You really think about what people's opinion about you if you say something or if you do something, right?
Yeah.
So I think being ignorant in your case is a kind of hard thing to do. Is it right?
Yeah.
But sometimes we need to, in life, sometimes we need to learn how to be ignorant. I mean, like how to ignore people. If it's bothering you, just let it go.
Yeah. If you're being ignorant, you will gain your confidence, right?
Okay, alright, okay. That's interesting. It means that from your case, not all people can ignore something in life, since he or she needs to consider about people's opinion as well. Yeah, I think it's a dilemma as well, Roland. That's good. Anything else you want to say?
That's it.
Okay, alright, that's interesting. And thank you, Roland. Let's move on to another person, which is Ayun. Hi, Ayun. Hey, this is my first time to see you, Ayun. Would you like to tell me or tell us a little bit about yourself, please?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I think I'm the newest member here. So yeah, my name is Ayun or Ayuni, but people call me Ayun. Just call me Ayun then. I'm from Sulawesi, Indonesia, and then I'm 24 years old. Yeah.
Hey, it's nice to see you, Ayun. We are happy to have you here. Okay, Ayun, regarding our topic today, being ignorant to get more peace in life, what do you think about that one?
Okay, so to begin with, I would like to share one of my experiences this year because it's really relatable to our topic. And then, first of all, I would like to point out that ignorance can be good and ignorance can be bad too. So it depends on the context itself. But when it comes to my experience, that's why I need to tell my experience first because I just don't want people to misunderstand about my opinion. So in my case, I can say that this year is my worst year all the time because I experienced bad things, but I'm still grateful because that experience is still experience that we can learn from it. And then the thing is, I was sick like almost for 2 months. And then when I met the doctor said that I got anxiety, and then having those anxieties is actually really bad because mental illness can affect our physical health, and vice versa. Our physical illness can also affect our mental health, right? So due to that mental health that I get, that anxiety, I started to ignore people. For example, when someone comes to my house, and I will just close my ears. Moreover, when it comes to bad news, I will just close my ears because it will increase my anxiety. And then I stop watching some movies, and then I stop looking at this. I stop seeing people. So I was like 2 months in my house without hanging out. And then, but this month I started to go out again, and then one of my one of my ignorance thing is when I just hide all of my friends' WhatsApp stories. So I just hide all of them. So I will just choose whether I want to see them or not. I will just press it if I really want to watch it. But if I don't want to watch it, so it's just don't. I can just try to ignore it. So in my case, ignorance is a piece. Ignorance is one of my strengths. And then because I can say that I can still be here. I mean, I can still alive because of being ignorant. So yeah, that's my experience.
Oh, that's just interesting. When you had to be like 2 months at home because of something happened to you, and you learn to be ignorant to people or to the things around you just because you want to get more peace. So that's why you said that it's relatable. Tonight's topic is relatable with your life, and by the time when like you know how to handle this the problem, and then you get more peace after being ignorant to the things around you, the things that you think that it will be bothering for you, and then you decided to just let it go, and then don't give a damn with everything that could probably bother you. After all, do you feel happy?
Yeah, a lot better than previous like few months ago. A lot better because I'm the typical of a person who overthink too much. So once I just stop looking at those stories on WhatsApp, on Instagram, I feel a lot better, and I feel like it can also reduce my stress. So it really works for me.
Exactly. Sometimes people's story on Instagram are toxic. So sometimes we just need to. It's okay to check your social media, but not too often. And if you find something that's bothering you, just let it go. Or probably you can block those people from your friends list, right? Yeah, that's an instant way to get some more peace. Oh yeah, just hide. Yeah, it's much better. I think. Okay, are you doing anything else? Okay, all right. Okay, Ayun, you have a good story to share. I like it. I like your English as well. It sounds really good. Okay, Ayun. Let's move on to one and only, the best organizer in daily English, Nina. Nina, tell us about your experience regarding this topic.
Okay, I'm going to start now. First of all, I think most of you guys know me, and most of the members of Daily English know me that I'm not a person that is easy to open up to begin with, and most of the time I feel like a lot of people, I feel like everyone actually are talking behind my back. Even my family members, my friends, my colleagues, my classmates, and just everyone. I just think that way. I don't know why. So it got me feel very insecure about myself, and I keep thinking about it. So I think it started when I was 17 years old. That's the time I joined Daily English actually. So that time I feel, because of my final exam of high school, I feel very depressed, and it's not a good thing. But I feel like I found my healing spot when I joined Daily English, so that's a good thing. But because of those depressed moments, I decided to be more ignorant. I don't know. I just decided to not care about what other people say about me. I just pretend not to aware about everything around me. And perhaps people are thinking that I'm very selfish because of my choice to be ignorant. And I've experienced this actually early this year. I think the only person that I told this story is to Chiyo, and now I'm telling you guys that time when I'm doing my assignment for college, I just decided to do something on my own because I feel like that's what I could do and that's what I want to do. But then my friends are judging me because of that. She kind of said like I'm being selfish because I do things because I want to. I do things not thinking about them. But I don't know what I just do whatever I want. And maybe I'm being selfish and I kind of admit that. But yeah, that's just myself. I've already told them beforehand that I'm such an ignorant person, so I don't care what things around me. So I think that being ignorant, even though people still talk behind my back, I think like I'm in a very peaceful, peaceful place. Like I feel more peace, more peace in my heart, and it's just yeah, it's just that. And for another thing is that I don't care. And for example, like same as what Roland has said before, I'm having a hard time to open up or updating my status, even for this conference call meeting. I don't really open up with anyone, especially my family members. And I just started to open up this year, I guess. And still, I think like people will judge me because I show off that I talk to foreigners, that I have this meeting every week, and I just don't care anymore now.
That's good. I can tell from the way you say your words recently, like in 3 meetings in a row. I kind of find you more talkative, and you have lots of ideas that you can share to people. And I was like amazed by the time when I saw you share your opinion like last week with Mr. Ibnu, right? It was like, oh, this girl is kind of talkative now. It's just like it's because of Mr. Ibnu who asked you, or it's because of it because when we used to have a regular weekly meeting, like you just talk in one sentence, two sentences, or three sentences, and that's all. Like less than a minute to finish your words, and that's all. But now it's just like more comprehend, which is good. I mean, like the things that I learned from you, like you're probably kind of scared of sharing your thoughts because you don't want people to think about something bad about you, but I think it's okay being ignorant. This is like a positive thing for you. Like being ignorant is fine as long as you don't hurt anybody or you make people in loss. I think it's fine. And by the time when you share the story, when some of your friends said that you didn't really care about them or whatever, but as long as it makes you happy without hurting anybody, I mean, like that's like being selfish doesn't mean that you do something bad to people, but it means that you just need to care about yourself as well. We cannot sacrifice ourselves all the time just to please people. Sometimes we need to stand up for ourselves. That's a good one, Nana. That's a good one. So that's why you are so excited to talk about this one.
Yeah,
I can tell. Okay, so let's move on. Anything else on that?
No, that's all. I think I've vent out everything that I want to say.
Okay, alright, that's good, Nana. So let's move on to Effie again. Go back to Effie. Effie, are you busy with scoring your students' score for final semester?
Yes, but I'm focused on
Okay, alright. Okay, you're a multitasking person then. Okay, talking about this one again, the topic of being ignorant. What do you think about people like ignorant about the things around them? Does it mean that they don't really care or are not too sensitive about their environments? What do you think about that one?
it's like what I said.
Okay.
What if extreme what's behind you?
What is it? Yeah, so you know what, I have to tell you something, like all the employees here are
getting prepared to clean up the place. So I'm the only person here, the customer here, and I'm like, just wait until 10 because I need to finish this first until 10. So like, okay, just keep going on. Okay, okay. Go on.
That depends on the case, like Mara said before. But if person or people being ignored for important thing, that's not a good thing too. I mean, we can ignore about like Roland case. I mean, he feel upset or hesitate to upload some picture of whatever. That's I mean, that's the thing, or to implement the ignorant. I mean, like this, it's okay to ignore people, to ignore what people gonna say about your post, Roland. But it will be okay if the ignorance is the case of Ayun. If ignorant for Ayun is becomes a healing for her, that's really a good thing too. I mean, ignorant here depend on the case, depend the issue that everyone experience about. Is that understandable?
Yeah, I got it. Is it like something that it depends on the situation, right?
And I cannot ignore all things that come to me. I mean, like when my students maybe still not able to do their tasks or to do their work, I cannot ignore them, right? If it comes to my students, I cannot ignore any detail. Yes, I cannot ignore any detail of what they do. But if it comes to my life, I mean, like what people said about my life, I will ignore them. I will ignore the people who said everything. Like what I'm doing, maybe that's the time I should ignore. I must ignore. But if it
That's right.
I cannot ignore it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so thank you, Effie. I would like to jump on to Marwa. Marwa, what do you think the ignorance that bad for us? I mean, like, we talk about the good things of being ignorant, but how about the ignorance that you think is not good to do? What kind of situation?
But let me make sure that I understand the point. Is it that when ignorance can be negative?
Can be bad, yes. When ignorance can be bad.
I think, as I said before, sometimes ignorance can be bad when you ignore a problem. This can be that you shouldn't be silent, and you should talk about it. Because when you keep silent, it becomes bigger and bigger, and at the end you find yourself that you can't do anything. It's already late. So I think it's better to take your decision like early when you have time, and take the right decision to not be in a bad situation.
That's cool, Marwa. That's cool. Thank you, Marwa. Sorry, I need to turn the camera on because I have to prepare to go out. Okay, so let's move on to Ayun, I guess. Ayun, I want to ask your opinion. Yeah. I want to ask your opinion, Ayun. You have a good opinion about being ignorant can give you a good things in life because it gets you more peace. But how about being ignorant? It's not good in your life. What kind of situation that ignorance gives you a bad thing?
But thank you very much. So when I heard the word of ignorance, what I imagine is ignorance in a bad way. So ignorance, in my opinion, tends to be more negative than positive when we heard that word for the first time. That's why I said that it really depends on the context. It really depends on the context. So ignorance, like apathies or ignorance, like you don't care, is actually a negative thing. Like when someone really needs your help, and then you can do that, but you just ignore. But actually, you can do that. So that's really bad. That's really negative. Or when you can do that, just when you can do it, but if you cannot do that, or yeah, it's okay. And then when someone is sick, like someone needs your help in terms of health, like they need like something, or yeah, the point is when they need your help, and then you still can't do that, and you just don't want to help, you don't care, and then yeah, that's actually bad ignorance. And then when you ignore your assignment, like actually that's my habit, and I don't think it's good. Like I ignore my assignment, I keep procrastinating, and then I think that's all are bad. So yeah, actually
It's okay. It's fine. It happens to everybody. Being procrastinator and procrastinating assignment. I think happens to everybody except to Nana, I guess, because Nana, I think she's kind of punctual person. And actually, you guys, I think the two of you are perfectionist people when it goes to school as assignments. Is that right? When it goes to school assignment, but I think for some cases, not really. Okay, all right. So thank you, Ayun. Thank you for sharing your ideas. Like being ignorant in a bad way, if you don't really care about people that need you, like when they need you, you just need to be there for them to help them out. But if it's about people talking about bad things about you when it really doesn't happen, or it didn't really happen, you just need to stand up for yourself and be famous, right? Okay, all right, Ayun, thank you. And then I would like to ask another opinion from Chameleon. So, Comment, are you there, Comment? Okay, Comment, what do you think about this one? When being ignorant gives you, it's not really good for you. What kind of situation?
This time, I'll try to stay alone with some kind of relaxed phone. Therefore, I never want to anyone in my present peace or agree time. That's why I should stay alone. Yeah.
I got it. Thank you, Comment. Let's move on to Roland. Roland, what do you think about this one? I think you still have a hard time to be ignorant because you still consider about what people think about you. But do you think does it? Yes.
Okay, since Mr. Tree is not is having a problem over there, so he's not going to join until the end. So I'm going to ask Roland next. Roland, as Mr. Tree asked just now, what is the negative impact of having to be ignorant to people?
Yeah. There's being ignorant in like I have some it really bothers me when one person it's always one person being ignorant when quality time, like hang out with friends, like we just met after years and we just saw with each other, but there's one person only focused on his handphone, or I think they're just being ignorant. They just focus on their phone, just don't talk, and like they don't care at all. It really bothers me so much. It always happened at my experience. I think it's is an example being ignorant for my experience.
Okay, I see. So I think I kind of agree with that. I totally agree with that actually. So thank you so much, Charlene. I think that's all. Do you have anything else to say?
No, that's all.
Okay, thank you. So move on to my opinion. I'm sorry if you guys are not interested, just listen to it. Okay, so my opinion is that I agree so much with all of you, but I most especially agree with Marwa's statement, which is being ignorant to something that we should not be, like something that is wrong. We know it is wrong, but we are being ignorant about it. So I totally disagree to be ignorant on that situation. That's my opinion on that. So that's all. I'll wrap it out. Maybe I can ask you one by one first. How do you think about this meeting today? Maybe we can start with Kak Evi.
I miss you guys. I'm really happy to be here. I miss you, Marwa. I miss you, Nana. And Tri. You know what? I met Tri a year ago. Exactly on December. And Marwa. That's right, Marwa? I think December 2021, the last time we met. And now we met again on December again. Wow. Should we blow any candle or have any cake? Or have any cake?
For like 1 year anniversary, is that so?
Thank you, Rena, for inviting me. So I feel so good and I feel so happy. I recharge my energy doing many things right now. I'm so sleepy, I'm so dizzy, but so good to see you.
I'm glad that you like it. Thank you so much, Kak Evi. Then I'll move on to Ayun. Ayun, what do you think about this meeting? I think this is the second time you joined. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I really love these positive vibes. Feel like you guys are real lovable. And then thank you very much for inviting me. It's very kind of you. Yeah, I'm so happy, super happy, excited. There's no words to describe how happy I am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm glad that you're happy with it and enjoy it. Thank you, Ayun. So the next one, Kamil. Kamil, what do you feel about today's meeting?
It's very exciting. I feel very exciting. Also, like some kind of some skills and some solving in my life because sometimes I can't ignore some that challenge and that situation, but this and from this meeting, try to exciting. Also, I learned some kind of solving in my life. I want to say, thank you for meeting and everyone. Yeah, also.
Okay, thank you so much, Kamil. It's winter over there in your country, so I hope you can stay warm and stay healthy over there. Thank you so much for joining us. Okay. Thank you, Kamil. So then I'll move on to Roland. Roland, what do you feel about today's meeting?
Okay, thank you, Nana, for giving me one more slot. Yeah, I just back to work. I feel tired, but when I'm joining this conversation, the tired feeling is gone. I feel happy meet with these lovable people, and I'm impressed with Ayun's English. I want to learn from her.
Ayun English is so good.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm still learning.
Good.
I want. Can I personal chat with you, Ayun?
wait.
No, I just want to learn from her.
I know. We can share it. I mean, I'm not ready.
Yeah, we can share it. Yeah, we are learning together. Yeah, okay. That's all, Nana.
Okay, thank you so much, Roland, and I totally agree with you. Thank you so much, and thank you for joining today's meeting as well. So the next one, last but not least, Marwa. How do you feel about today's meeting? It's been a long time since I see you.
Yeah. I'm so happy every time you invite me. I am so happy, and I'm glad that you invite me today. Thank you, Nana. Also, Ayun, I really like your English, and also you are a very strong person because you know how to deal with your anxiety. For Evie, nice background. You have a cute background. And for Jamal and Roland, I am glad to meet you again today.
Okay, that's
Glad
it.
to meet you too.
Okay, that's all, Marwa. Do you have anything else to say?
Oh, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much, Marwa, and very happy to see you again. And yeah, of course, if I'm not mistaken, Ayun is a student of English department, right?
Right.
Yeah. So that explains how good she is in English.
That's why I see.
Okay. So I guess that's all. I would like to thank all of you for joining today's meeting. It was very meaningful for me, and thank you so much for all of your participation. I hope you guys can stay healthy, just stay good all the time. And thank you so much. That's all. And before we completely